today we're going to learn how to strip piece 2 different strips together, also known as stripping. Yeah, we're gonna learn how to strip like a quilter. In all seriousness, I'm going to show you the tips and tricks that I use for doing it. Stripping. Basically, all I'm doing is sewing these 2 strips together. The best way that I like to strip piece is take your first fabric, take your second fabric, make sure you shake them out, shake your strips out to make sure they're not caught. Do you know how many times I've sewn a fabric strip to a fabric strip and had it caught in here? Yeah, seriously. It is, and then I realize it afterwards and I'm like, yeah. I sew these with a 1/4 inch seam because I am quilting with them. So the first thing I want to do is take my scrap. If you want to know how to chain piece, which is using the scrap in here, I do have a video on it. And so I'm going to take these. I like just lining up these first 2. It would help if I had it correct. You want to go right side to right side. So right side to right side. I'm going to lift up my presser foot and just set that in there. Now, I'm going to be sewing these with a scant 1/4 inch. In the case of the 1/4 inch piecing foot, I'm sewing it just to the left of this piece of metal. If you're using your machine, you want to just move your needle a little bit if you don't have one of these things. I actually have a video all about scant 1/4 inches and how to do it. All right, so the easiest way that I know how to do it, I take my forefinger, I stick it right here. I take the rest of my fingers, I put them in down here. I take my thumb, I've got it right on top. And then what I'm doing as I'm sewing is this. So I'm moving my thumb with this top fabric back and forth to make sure it's constantly lined up right here as it's going in the machine. So let me show you. So let's fix this. Now, I've got this right here just like this. And I'm not pushing my fabric. I'm not pulling my fabric. Let the feed dogs of the machine carry the fabric for you. So my left hand, I'm actually not doing a thing. And as you see, I'm just taking this top fabric and going back and forth in order to line this up. And that's it. So it takes a lot of practice in order to do it. The biggest thing that people have problems with is if their fabric goes this way or if their fabric starts going this way. If your fabric starts going this way and you have too much, you're going to have to use your seam ripper and undo it. If it goes this way and you have too little of a seam, oh, that's easy. You can just put it right back in that machine and redo it. So this is actually what's going to set you up for success for the rest of your quilt. If you can strip piece straight-ish, then your pieces are going to be lined up nicely, everything's going to measure properly, and you won't have any issues at all. As you see, I'm only doing it one-handed, making sure that everything lines up correctly. So my advice is if you want to learn how to strip piece quickly, just grab a bunch of scraps, make a scrap quilt, sew some scraps together, and just practice feeding them into the machine with no pins, no glue, nothing. When you master strip piecing just like this, it's going to go so much faster and you'll be so much happier. And that is how you strip it with quilting. How you strip with the piecing, and it's yes, so that's how you take 2 strips of fabric and sew them together. Hopefully you learned something. Don't forget to like this video, follow my YouTube as well as my Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, my Quite Nerdy Quilters Facebook group, Pinterest, all the things. And don't forget to join me live when I stream live here on YouTube as well as Twitch. My schedule can always be found on my website and my social media.